Hey guys, the UEFA Champions League 2025-2026 football season officially starts tomorrow, and we have 6 games that are going to be taking place tomorrow. In this video, I am going to break down the analysis of those 6 games. I'm going to give you guys my expectations for those 6 games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, and also my possible predictions for those 6 games that are going to be taking place tomorrow. So if this is the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, I will appreciate if you can just be patient, watch the video carefully till the end, and tell me what you think about these UEFA Champions League games that are going to be taking place tomorrow, Tuesday, because it is going to be the first of this 2025-2026 football season. And when you take a look at the first game that is going to be taking place tomorrow, it's going to be that of Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal, meaning Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal is the first UEFA Champions League game of 2025-2026 football season, which is a game nobody should miss, and also the game of PSV Eindhoven versus Union Saint-Gilloise, meaning these 2 games are going to be taking place at the same time. Remember, the UEFA Champions League is always scheduled in such a way that 2 games are going to be played in the afternoon and 4 games are going to be played in the night, right? I've posted a video, I think that was 3 days ago, explaining how the UEFA Champions League season is going to look like, how the format is looking like. So if you are still to watch that video and you don't understand how this UEFA Champions League is going to look like, I can just invite you to I think if you just scroll down a bit, you are going to see the video, the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League season. Now let us take a look at these first 2 games that are going to be taking place tomorrow at 5:45. The game between Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal is going to be a tough one, a Spanish club versus an English Premier League club. Remember, if you have been watching the UEFA Champions League in recent years, you will notice that whenever it comes to the level of a Premier League club against a La Liga club, the game is always interesting, and it is also going to be the same case tomorrow between Atletico de Madrid versus Atletico Bilbao. When you take a look at the last 5 games of Atletico Bilbao, you notice that Atletico Bilbao won 3 of their last 5 games, suffered 2 defeats in their last 5 games. And when you take a look at Arsenal in their last 5 games, Arsenal won 4 of the last 5 games, suffered 1 defeat in the last 5 games, and that defeat was against Liverpool. The last time Atletico Bilbao came across Arsenal was during this preseason, this 2025-2026 preseason, where Atletico Bilbao defeated Arsenal in that game. So it is going to be a tough one. It is going to be a tough one, like I said, and it is a game must win for Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal at this time is considered as one of the favorites to win the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League, not just because of the name of the club, also because it is a trophy that they also have to be considered among those that have won the UEFA Champions League, and it is a trophy where they must win. Remember, Arsenal have been having trophyless seasons, season in, season out, and with this season they made a lot of signings. They signed a total of 7 players just this summer, and I believe that those players are going to help them win the title. Right now, the second game is that of PSV Eindhoven versus Union Saint-Gilloise. I think this game is going to be in favor of PSV Eindhoven. Right, without going far, there is also the game of Juventus versus Borussia Dortmund. The reason why I'm happy for this game of Juventus is simply because it's been long that we saw Juventus participate in the UEFA Champions League. So this is the first time of Juventus to participate in the UEFA Champions League in 2 years. So it is a game must win for them. When you take a look at Juventus' last 5 games, Juventus won 5 of their last 5 games. Borussia Dortmund won 3 of their last 5 games, suffered a defeat in 1 game and shared points in 1 game. So this game tomorrow between Juventus against Borussia Dortmund is going to be a tough one. Remember, Borussia Dortmund is a club that we have always been underrating them at the level of the UEFA Champions League. I think the season before last, they played the UEFA Champions League finals against Real Madrid. Last season they played the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals against Barcelona, and this is, I believe, they are going to kick off the Champions League season again in a good way. So it is going to be a tough one. When you take a look at the last 5 head-to-head between Borussia Dortmund versus Juventus, Borussia Dortmund. Juventus won Borussia Dortmund 3 good times the last 5 times they met. Borussia Dortmund won Juventus 2 good times the last 5 times they met. And another game of the day is actually the game of the UEFA Champions League match day 1, which is that of Real Madrid versus Olympique de Marseille. Remember, Real Madrid is going to be playing the game at Santiago Bernabeu. They play the game at home, and it is a game must win for them. Remember, last season Real Madrid were eliminated at the level of round of 16 by Arsenal. Arsenal won them both home and away, and think this season they are coming for everything. Xabi Alonso made it clear in a press conference today ahead of the game tomorrow that they are coming for everything. They want to win every possible trophy this season, and I think this game against Marseille is going to be a tough one for both clubs. But I believe Real Madrid is going to dominate this game, because when you take a look at Real Madrid last 5 games, Real Madrid won 5 of their last 5 games. Marseille won 3 of their last 5 games and suffered 2 defeats in their last 5 games. When you go at the level of the head-to-head between Real Madrid versus Olympique de Marseille, the last 5 times they met, they have come across just 4 times, right? Real Madrid have come across Olympique de Marseille 4 times, and they defeated Olympique de Marseille 4 good times in those 4 times they came across. So the game is going to be a tough one for Olympique de Marseille. You know, playing a game at Santiago Bernabeu for 90 minutes is very long. It is very long, so it is going to be a tough game for them, and I believe that they are going to show a lot of skills against Real Madrid tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I still believe Real Madrid is going to win the game. And another game is going to be that of Tottenham versus Villarreal. Oh boy, this game is going to be tough, if I'm being honest. An English club versus a Premier League club. An English club versus a Spanish club. That is La Liga club versus a Premier League club. It is going to be tough, because when you take a look at the last 5 games of Tottenham, they won 3 of the last 5 games, suffered 2 defeats in the last 5 games. Villarreal won 2 of their last 5 games, suffered 2 defeats and dropped points in 1 of their last 5 games. So the statistics are somehow balanced, and Tottenham have come across Villarreal just once ever since the 2 clubs were created, and Villarreal won Tottenham that time that they met 1-0. So it is going to be a tough game. There is also the game of Benfica versus Karabakh, which is actually, I said there were 6 games that are going to be played today. So this game between Benfica versus Karabakh is a final game of tomorrow's fixtures, which is a game must win for Benfica. Benfica is playing the game at home with the home advantage. Remember, Benfica had to defeat Fenerbahce during the Champions League playoff to get to this level. If not, had it been Fenerbahce defeated them, by now they could have been participating in the Europa League. But they worked so hard to be where they are today, and I believe this game tomorrow against Karabakh is going to be a tough game. But I still think Benfica is going to win the game, right? If I am to give my predictions for these 4 games, first of all, before my predictions, my prediction and expectations are almost the same thing. So when I take a look at the first game of the day, Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal, what I'm expecting in this game is a good game. Remember, this is the UEFA Champions League, and the level at which players perform at the level of the Champions League is totally different the way they perform in their domestic league. So I'm expecting a good game from Atletico Bilbao, expecting a good game from Arsenal. But my predictions for this game is that Arsenal is going to win Atletico Bilbao. The second game of the day is going to be is going to be at the same time. So the second game of tomorrow's fixtures, right, which is going to be played at 5:45, same time of that of Atletico Bilbao versus Arsenal, is going to be that of PSV Eindhoven versus Union Saint-Gilloise. I'm expecting PSV Eindhoven to win this game. Another game is going to be that of Juventus versus Borussia Dortmund. It is going to be a tough game. It is going to be a tough game, but I am expecting to see a very beautiful combination between the Juventus club and a beautiful combination from Borussia Dortmund. Remember, Juventus defeated Inter Milan this weekend 4-3, and I think tomorrow they are going to show Borussia Dortmund again why they are called Juventus, why they are called one of the best clubs in the world. So my expectations for this game is going to be like a beautiful game, and I am expecting Juventus to win the game against Borussia Dortmund. Another game is that of Real Madrid versus Marseille. I know everybody is expecting to see a good game tomorrow. I am expecting to see a good game tomorrow. Everybody knows Real Madrid is going to win the game, and I also know Real Madrid is going to win the game. So my predictions for this game is for Real Madrid to win the game. Another game is that of Benfica versus Karabakh. I'm expecting to see a good game. The reason why all my expectations are good game is because this is the UEFA Champions League, and the UEFA Champions League never disappoints. So I'm expecting a good game, and my prediction for this game is for Benfica to dominate Karabakh, and maybe both teams are going to score in this game. And the final game of the day is going to be that of Tottenham versus Villarreal. Oh boy, like let me tell you guys the truth. Let me just tell you guys the truth. I know this game is going to be tough. The game is going to be tough because when you take a look at these two clubs last season, Tottenham had a very bad season and they had to win the Europa League before qualifying for the UEFA Champions League. Villarreal on the other side fought so hard, and they were among the top 5 clubs in La Liga, and they got their qualification ticket. When you take a look at the game so far this season, all of them are doing well. All of them are doing well, but I think the game is going to be a good one. I am expecting to see a world-class performance in this game between Tottenham against Villarreal. But my predictions for this game, since Tottenham is playing the game at home with the home advantage, with all the players they signed this summer, Thomas Frank is already an advantage, Mohamed Kudus another advantage, Xavi Simons another advantage, Kolomwani another advantage. So I'm expecting Tottenham to win this game tomorrow against Villarreal. Guys, I've come to the end of my analysis of tomorrow's UEFA Champions League fixture. So if you are watching the video right up to this level, I really appreciate, and also I will appreciate you if you can give me your expectations for tomorrow's fixtures and your predictions for tomorrow's fixtures, and most importantly, if you are still to subscribe to my YouTube channel, just kindly do so. You hit the thumb up to the video and like, and most importantly guys, most importantly of all, you share the video to 1 to 2 persons so we can also know their thoughts on this UEFA Champions League fixtures that are going to be taking place tomorrow, Tuesday. See you guys until tomorrow.